Hi guys, welcome to ExamDebug. Chris McKenna here again, and we're continuing to have a little chat about computer law. And today the Data Protection Act. When I was a lot younger, I think it was when I was at university, I bought a mobile phone. And this mobile phone, when you buy them, they often sell you with insurance. And so I got my insurance on the phone when I bought it, because it was, fairly expensive for me at the time. But then later, not that long later actually, my phone was stolen by someone. Anyway, so I called up the insurance, I gave them the information, I gave them all these other details. And then later I got a letter back saying, oh no, we're not going to give you this information because you left your phone alone. And then I said, no, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. And they say, oh yes, that's what you did say on the phone. And so what I was able to do was I was able to say, well, actually, you hold data about me. So under the Data Protection Act of the UK, I want you to prove to me that that's what I said. I want you to show me the information that you have about me. And then, of course, I got a letter in saying, here's your check, thank you very much. And so they paid out the insurance on the phone. So data protection is exactly that. It's a way to protect your personal data. Okay, it's a set of laws that are designed to help people and protect people. Now, I'd say, again, this is the same as copyright. It's going to be different from country to country. But on the whole, especially Western countries, do have similar rules on data protection, but check your own country and check in with the exam. So these are the general aspects of data protection. So yeah, just think about it. You fill in a form online, you put in your name, you put in your age, you put in all of this other stuff. Who does that information then belong to? What are the rules that a person is allowed to that the person must follow, that you're giving that, you set up a Facebook account, what are the laws about what Facebook can and can't do with your data? Different country to country, but they are known as the Data Protection Act. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look through some of the most, or some common things which are part of a Data Protection Act. These. So maybe have a think about it first. If you've got a minute, pause the video. And sit down yourself and think, what might the rules be? What do you think the rules should be? And what do you think the rules are for data protection? So yeah, pause and write them down. I'm going to carry on now. Okay, so for data protection, there's a whole bunch of things. Our first one is the data must be accurate. Yeah, it's the responsibility of the person collecting the data to ensure that the data is accurate. It is also their responsibility to make sure it is up to date. So they can't have old information on you. They should have systems in place that ensures that they are keeping your data accurate and up to date. In real life, yeah, you'll often get emails from people asking if you're still at a certain address or things like this, especially banks and other big places. To check that you're the householder. You may also be signing some conditions when you create, say, a bank account that promises to tell them when you move address. So watch out for those things. Secure. So it is the responsibility of the company to keep your data secure. Now, of course, there's going to be hackers, there's going to be other people out there, and there's nothing that in certain circumstances, there's nothing you can do. But it's the responsibility of the company to show that they have taken serious measures to protect your data, or substantial measures. For example, I use Steam a lot, the games company, and they have lots of different protections on my account. Now and again, people do still get hacked, and I think Steam was hacked a year or two ago, and various data was found. But they're probably not culpable because they can show that, they have firewalls, they have various security measures that, on the whole, does protect most people most of the time. Limited duration. So the company cannot keep your information forever. They can only keep it usually for a certain time period. For example, if I'm a customer and maybe I'm a customer at the local gym or something, and I go there working out, and then, okay, I say, I give up. This is never going to work. I'm rubbish at this. So I cancel my membership. There's going to be, I don't know the exact time period for different countries or systems or whatever, but there's going to be a time period after which they must destroy the data they have on you. So they can't use your data after a certain time period. They've got to delete it, depending on the rules. I assume it's different for different companies, but someone please investigate, or different industries, but someone please investigate and let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. Transfer. So, okay, so you might be thinking, well, the easiest way would then just be to farm it out. You know, you would find a company that has really bad data protection laws, and then, you know, they could send it to this other country. You know, they maybe, for example, a multinational company, maybe they have a presence in, well, I don't want to name, in the ExamDebug islands. And on these islands, you know, they don't have data protection laws. So they could keep your data indefinitely there and then just transfer it back to the UK as they needed it. Or they could process it there and do stuff like that. So that's not possible. You can only send it to countries which have similar data protection laws. And I think that's why you'll find that, say, for example, I think the UK and the US probably have, and Europe on the whole, probably have very, very similar data protection laws, because a lot of our companies work in concert with each other, and so to enable that, you have to have these rules in place so that they can share data around the place. It must be relevant. They can't just they can't ask you weird stuff. Oddly enough, I've recently experienced this in Indonesia. I guess the data protection laws are a bit different there, but anywhere you go, like I started a bank account, and they were asking me my religion, which seemed a bit irrelevant to, I mean, pretty much anything you do in Indonesia, they're going to ask you your religion, which is an interesting cultural difference. Whereas it doesn't make sense if you're buying a toaster for someone to need to know your religion, or it doesn't make sense for someone that they have to know your sexual orientation or anything like that. So they can only ask you to give them data that is related to the reason that they're storing it. And this stops misuse, this stops people using it for more nefarious reasons. Yep. Okay. Of course, though, on the other hand, you might, you know, for example, a hospital might want to know both of these things. You know, there are some religions which certain practices are banned. So I can't remember which religion it is, but like one of the Christian religions, I think blood transfusions are forbidden, and so they want to avoid something like that happening. And then at the same time, although personally I don't agree with it, I don't think that gay people in the UK can give blood. So things like this might also be relevant to the particular situation that they're in. It must be relevant. Okay, and this is another one, this is the one that I was talking about at the beginning. You should be allowed to see your data. So at any point in time, you should be allowed to go to a company and say, I would like to see all the data that you have on me. I want to know what you know about me. Now, they can charge you money for this, but it should be a reasonable fee. They can't charge you like $7 million just to see your Facebook settings or something. That's not on. But you know, if they need to print something out, or if they need to spend some time on it, they might charge you a little bit of money for processing and time and stuff. But they should be required, at least in the UK, to let you see what data they are holding on you, and that's part of your rights. Okay, so those are some of the different things of data protection. Again, they're going to differ from country to country. There's going to be slight changes in these rules. So I'd say for your exams, know some of these. That would be great. These are like the general ones, but also investigate your own country. What are the rules there? How do they compare internationally to other things around the world? And what other data protection would you like to see in the future? Okay, thanks very much, and please like, subscribe, and we'll continue on the next time. I think we're going to continue on another computer law class, but I'll research and see first if there's enough material for the Computer Misuse Act. Okay, goodbye, good luck with your exams.